I used to laugh at people who were afraid of the dark. But last month, it laughed back. I was working night maintenance at a condemned psych hospital. Second shift, easy money, but the third night, the lights went out the second I stepped inside. I clicked my flashlight on. Something whispered my name, my full name, that voice. I hadn't heard it in 16 years. Back then, I was 15. Dumb, angry. There was this kid, Miles. Skinny, weird, always muttering to himself, obsessed with shadows. Everyone bullied him. I went further. I tricked him into coming out to the woods one night. Said we'd scare some campers. But we left him there. In total darkness. He never came back. They searched for weeks. Found his jacket, a notebook, pages filled with rambling symbols. One line stuck with me. The darkness is a door. I'm going in. I moved on. Got a job. Tried to forget. But now, that same cold laugh. It follows me every time the lights go out. Here's the real twist. I think he became something. Something that learned to feed on what we leave in the dark, guilt, cruelty, secrets. And I brought it back. By remembering him. So now I've got to ask. If you did something like that, would you confess? Or run like I did? More stories like this. Hit subscribe. Because if this one shook you, the next part is where he comes home. Right finger check the pinned comment. 3 nights ago, my hallway light turned off at 3:11 a.m. No flicker. No click. Just gone. I thought maybe the bulb blew. But then I saw it. Bare footprints. Wet. Coming from the inside of the closet. I live alone. And that's when I heard the voice again. Whispering from inside the walls. Still afraid of the dark. Every night since, the same thing happens. 3:11 on the dot. Lights out. I tried staying at a hotel. Power cut. My friend let me crash on his couch. He woke up screaming. Said he dreamed he was buried in a coffin, listening to someone laugh outside it. He kicked me out. That's when I realized, I didn't just wake something up. I brought it with me. I went back to that notebook they found in the woods. It wasn't gibberish. It was a ritual, a way to turn pain into presence. Become the dark, he wrote. And no one will leave you again. I think Miles knew exactly what he was doing. I think he wanted us to forget him. Because he knew we would. And that forgetting is what gave him power. So here's the question no one asks. If you pushed someone into the dark, do you still deserve the light? I used to think ghosts haunted places. Now I know, some haunt decisions. You think this is bad? Tomorrow's the anniversary, and I know exactly what's coming. Hit subscribe if you want the end. Because the darkness has one last thing to show me. Tonight's the anniversary, 16 years since we left Miles in the woods. I haven't slept. Every light in my apartment is on. Even the ones in the fridge. But when 3:11 hit, one by one, they started dying. And then, the hallway light buzzed, flickered, and stayed on, until I saw him, not as a ghost, not exactly. He looked like he was made of burnt paper and smoke. No eyes, just a mouth, stitched shut with shadow. And in his hands, my old flashlight. I dropped it in those woods 16 years ago. I whispered, I'm sorry. He didn't move, but the walls started whispering for him. You left me in the dark. Now I'll never leave you. I ran. Every bulb exploded as I passed. My phone light melted in my hand. I reached the street, but even the moon was gone. People say the dark is just the absence of light. But Miles, he's the absence of forgiveness. A black hole shaped like a boy we all forgot. So here's the real twist. He doesn't want to kill me. He wants me to live, without light. Because some punishments aren't death. They're remembrance. Think it's over. Every night, I hear new voices join his. I think he's growing. Who did you leave behind in the dark? Hit subscribe for the next story.